Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now in this video, guys, we're going to be talking about some major NASCAR news that doesn't have to do with the NASCAR Cup Series. It has to do with the Xfinity Series, because this team and its lineup next year is going to be absolutely insane. We're going to be talking about Kaulig Racing. They have Justin Haley in the number 11. They have Jeb Burton, a rookie in the Xfinity Series next year, Ward Burton's son, going to the 10 car. And now, as officially of today, a little bit earlier today, AJ Allmendinger, the former NASCAR Monster G, or NASCAR, now known as the NASCAR Cup Series driver, is going to be racing full-time in the Xfinity Series for Kaulig Racing. This is a very big thing, because like Kaulig Racing, considering the fact that Chase Briscoe is going to the Cup Series and we still don't know who's going to be riding in the Xfinity Series, all signs point to Riley Hurst being in that 98 car for Stewart-Haas Racing. Richard Chevrolet may have 2 cars next year, or may have 1 car. We don't know about that. Joe Gibbs, I mean, they just signed, what's his name, Daniel Hemrick to drive the number 18 car. They're still going to have Harrison Burton, and they're still going to have Brandon Jones. So that lineup is going to be really, really exciting. But not, I mean, when you talk about experience in the Xfinity Series, when you're talking about experience in the Xfinity Series for the teams that have more than 2 cars in the Xfinity Series, and it's not that much. Junior Motorsports is probably the number 1 team when it comes to experience, because you got Justin Allgaier, who's been in Xfinity Series for a while. You got Michael Annett, who's been there for a while. And then you got Noah Gragson, who's been there for about 2 to 3 seasons. This is going to be his 3rd season coming up in 2020. And then, of course, you have the 8 car, which is split up between rides. Rookie Sam Mayer is going to be doing a part-time schedule in the Xfinity Series this coming season. But then you also have Kaulig Racing, who is going to have the best experience in them all. Because not only does AJ Allmendinger have experience last season driving in that Kaulig Racing, and from previous years for driving for Kaulig Racing, he has experience of driving in the main Cup Series in a somewhat competitive ride for JT Doherty Racing at the time, which was somewhat competitive, mostly at the road courses, because we all know AJ Allmendinger is really a road course racer. So it was somewhat competitive, but in the other races, it was probably at least a 25th place car, or probably a 20th place car. But still, AJ Allmendinger was racing in the Cup Series for quite a while, so he does have a lot of Cup experiences. I would say he definitely has more Cup experience than Justin Allgaier, because Justin Allgaier was in the Cup Series for I'd say about 2 to 3 years, and not even a competitive ride, not even as a competitive ride as JT Doherty Racing. So this is going to be really, really good for Kaulig Racing, that fact that they have experience like AJ Allmendinger, and AJ Allmendinger knows that team. He raced in that team last year, and he did pretty well in the Xfinity Series for Kaulig Racing this past season. In 11 races for Kaulig Racing in Daytona, actually the first race season, he did not qualify for the Daytona race in the Xfinity Series. But still, he raced 11 races in the Xfinity Series for Kaulig Racing. He had 2 wins. Atlanta, which is his first official oval win in any of the NASCAR series, which is absolutely amazing, because most of AJ Allmendinger's wins that came in the Cup Series were at the road courses. I think both of them were at the Watkins Glen road course, because I don't think AJ Allmendinger ever won at Sonoma, because I think Sonoma really doesn't suit his style, but Watkins Glen definitely does. And if Watkins Glen probably had been on the Xfinity Series for this year, or the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series for this year, AJ Allmendinger would probably have the 3rd win, because he's just really, really good at that track. AJ Allmendinger had 6 top 5s out of 11 races that he could participate in. He had 8 top 10s out of the 11 races that he did. So only 3 races, he did not finish in the top 10. And those 3 finishes, this is going to be interesting to see, because the tracks that he finished worse than 10th in, you would probably kind of say that 2 of those tracks should not really count, because I'm about to go into what happened in those races. So his first worst finish came in Daytona July race, the oval race, not the road course race, because the road course race he did have a top 10. But in the Daytona Oval race, he was, and you guys remember this, he was leading coming to the finish, and Ross Chastain tried to block. Ross Chastain tried to block him. AJ Allmendinger ended up getting into him. Both Ross Chastain and AJ Allmendinger ended up taking themselves out. Their teammate Justin Haley ended up going right by them, passing both of them to win this race, and AJ Allmendinger actually finished 15th in that race. But I gotta give AJ Allmendinger the pass, because if that, let's say that accident didn't happen, AJ Allmendinger would probably have top 5, and he would probably have 7 top 5s and 9 top 10s in the Xfinity Series season for 2019, which was a part-time schedule. Then we have Talladega, another bad finish for AJ Allmendinger, 24th place. But can you really say that Talladega was a bad finish for AJ Allmendinger? 24th place in a track that you know you may be a part of the big one, and AJ Allmendinger just happened to be a part of the big one, and he did not finish that well in Talladega. Now this next one I could probably say is probably his actual worst finish, because I don't really think AJ Allmendinger, this suits his style, and that is Martinsville, where he finished 26th. Martinsville just does. I don't even remember AJ Allmendinger ever doing well at Martinsville Speedway, whether it was in the Xfinity Series for Kaulig Racing the past couple years, or whether it's in the Cup Series for JT Doherty Racing, or even when he was at Richard Petty Motorsports. I just don't remember AJ Allmendinger doing all that well at Martinsville. I don't really think that track suits him that very much. So yeah, I can understand why AJ Allmendinger had finished 26th in Martinsville. But look at his 3 worst finishes. He hasn't finished worse than 30th. He didn't finish worse than 30th last year in Kaulig Racing. He had 2 wins. And there was a possibility of having a third if he did not get crashed out. Because if Ross Chastain hadn't thrown a block on his teammate AJ Allmendinger would have won that race, and he would have 3 wins in Kaulig Racing as a part-time schedule. Kaulig Racing had multiple wins last season. Well, I can't really say multiple wins. They didn't have more than 10 wins, because Ross Chastain, I don't think Ross Chastain actually won a race. Now Ross Chastain is going to be heading to the Cup Series for Chip Ganassi Racing. Justin Haley's going to be staying there. So you're going to have 2 guys that are experienced in the Xfinity Series, and that you're going to have 2 very competitive guys in in Justin Haley and AJ Allmendinger. Jeff Burton will have to see when it comes to him, because it's going to be his rookie season. The rookie battle is going to be really, really exciting to see. I mean, do we actually? No, I take that back, because we don't have really that many exciting rookies coming into Xfinity Series, because Riley Hurst is going to be going 98. Riley Hurst's rookie season was this year. Daniel Hemrick, I guess his rookie season in the Xfinity Series is going to be this year, because he was not really full-time competitive, and he wasn't really competing for a championship. So really, the only actual rookie that's going to be participating in the Xfinity Series is going to be Jeff Burton, unless they actually count Daniel Hemrick as being a rookie, and Daniel Hemrick is an old guy. He's close to 30, so rookie season, and you're almost 30, is kind of going to look weird. So, I mean, Kaulig Racing's probably going to have the rookie of the year when it comes to Jeff Burton. But in overall, looking at this AJ Allmendinger thing, I can't wait to see AJ Allmendinger. I love seeing AJ Allmendinger. This man, when he finished for full-time races from the Cup Series, he said he was burnt out, and I can see why. You're racing full-time every single year, and you're not even in a competitive ride. But now AJ Allmendinger knows that he's going to be in a competitive ride. He knows he's going to have a chance at winning an Xfinity Series championship next season. And he was very, very competitive in the Xfinity Series program for Kaulig Racing. So it's going to be a very, very exciting thing to see for Kaulig Racing and for AJ Allmendinger. And I hope AJ Allmendinger runs out next year, has a very good season, and competes for that championship. Because maybe we'll see AJ Allmendinger back in Kaulig for 2022. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications so you know my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.